Hi, my name is Ella. The parable I chose for my project is the parable of the mustard seed. It can be found in Mark chapter 4, verses 30 to 32. It says, "What shall we say the kingdom of God is like, or what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet, when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all gardens, with such big branches that a bird can perch in its shade." The summary of the parable. The parable of the mustard seed is a story told by Jesus. The parable is set in a field where a man planted mustard seeds, which grows into a large tree, providing shelter for birds. The key element of this parable is the field where the mustard seed is planted, the growth of the mustard seed, and the man who planted the mustard seed. The theme of the parable of the mustard seed is that even the smallest beginning can lead to something significant through God's power and intervention. This parable teaches about faith. No matter how small it is, it can grow and have profound impact. I have a poem I wrote to represent this parable that I wrote it down. It says, "A tiny seed, so small and round, planted with care in fertile ground. With time and nourishment, it starts to grow, a tiny sprout with leaves that glow. It reaches high towards the sky, a haven for birds as they fly by, shelter and home in its branches wide, a symbol of faith that abides." In the modern retelling of this parable, it could be about a girl in a community who planted a small seed. Despite initial doubts, the seed grows into a thriving garden, providing fresh produce for the family and the neighbors in the community. The girl's act of faith and hard work leads to significant positive impacts on her community, illustrating the power of small beginnings. The power of small beginnings. The parable of the mustard seed highlights the importance of faith and perseverance. The principle of the parable of the mustard seed, it can be applied to address present-day issues such as food insecurity, environmental sustainability, and social justice. By applying the principles of the parable of the mustard seed, individuals in a community can come together to create positive change and address pressing social issues. I really love this parable, and I chose it because it reflects a lot of things in my life. Growing up, there were times that I thought this is not going to be possible. There were times that I lost faith. There were times that I didn't trust in God. But all the time, God proved to me that He is a wonderful God, that when you put your trust in Him, everything is going to be perfect. Sometimes as human, we tend to question a lot of things. We tend to lose our faith in God. We tend to forget that He's a God. When you put your trust in Him, everything is going to be fine with you. The parable of the mustard seeds remains a powerful reminder of God's power, grace, and potential for growth in our lives. It also encourages those who feel their efforts or contributions are small. It also reminds us to trust in God's plans and timing, even when growth or progress seems slow. The parable offers hope for the future, promising that God's kingdom will grow and flourish. This is the end of my project. Thank you.